you're going to learn about top 3 anti-inflammatory foods for gut health. Exciting, right? I know you guys are interested in gut health, so that's awesome. So let me share a little story with you. When I started my journey, anti-inflammatory journey in 2015, I didn't know that I was gonna lose so much weight with anti-inflammatory diet. I started anti-inflammatory diet because I had so much pain in the body and my skin condition, dermatitis, was so bad that the steroids stopped working. So I had to, hey, people showed up. That's awesome. Hello, how are you? So today we're going to talk about top 3 anti-inflammatory foods for gut health. So when I started in 2015, I didn't even imagine that I would lose weight through anti-inflammatory diet. I started anti-inflammatory diet in 2015 because I was in so much pain in the body, especially knee pain and joint pain. And my skin flare was so bad and steroids stopped working. So that's why I started it. But side effect of that was amazing. Anti-inflammatory diet, since it lowers inflammation in the body, it literally just melted fat away. So this skirt that I bought a while ago that I never felt comfortable wearing, I don't know if you have a skirt or a shirt like that. When I bought it, I really wanted to wear it. But it's one of those, when I put it and look at myself in the mirror, I wasn't confident enough and my pot belly showed. So I never wore it until this year. So this is the first year I'm wearing the skirt that I bought that I was never able to wear. So it got me thinking is that it actually, when you lose weight, losing weight really gives you the confidence because you look confident in the clothing that you're wearing and you feel good and you look good. So your mood lifts up and it really improves the relationship. That's why the anti-inflammatory food is very powerful also for gut health and your overall health. So, hey, people showed up. That's awesome. Say hello. That's awesome. So let's learn my top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory foods. So there are many, but I'm going to mention a few of my favorites here so you can follow along. And you can also download top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory recipes at hungrygopher.com. So check it out. And I'm preparing an awesome live event for you guys. So save the date. It's September 18th, Saturday, tentatively at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm preparing raffle and I'm going to download everything I know I've learned with trial and error and with my experience by overcoming my mysterious lupus-like disease and chronic inflammatory conditions that I suffered from with joint pains and skin flare-ups. So that masterclass is coming up. So mark your calendar and save the day. So, and when you have any comments or questions, type them as they come up so I can answer them for you. If you have questions, wonderful. If you don't, just listen in. Or if you want to just say hello, that's cool too. So I know I'm talking to a person, not a green dot on the computer. So that's nice. Okay, so if you just joined, we are talking about top 3 anti-inflammatory foods for gut health. So number 1, that's gonna help your gut health, which in turn is gonna the inflammation and gut health are related like this, because when 80% of your immune system, hello Craig, thanks for saying hello, that's awesome. Where are you from, Craig? Oh, you're watching it on Facebook. Oh, that's good to know. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I got the first Facebook viewer, not YouTube. That's awesome. Cool. So first, when you improve your gut health, your inflammation will go down. They're kind of like Philadelphia. That's awesome. Cool. It's a little later time for it. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you taking the time to learn to improve your health. That's awesome. So when you take probiotic, when you when you lower inflammation in the body, your gut health will improve. The concept behind it is this: because 80% of your immune system is located in your gut, and inflammation is your immune system is trying to protect you when they see something that might harm you. So they put out this inflammatory chemicals to protect your health. So when your gut is calm and gut is supported, your inflammation will go down because your immune system is getting stronger. So hopefully, does this make sense? Does that make sense, Craig? And okay, so that's the premise of it. So what can you eat to improve your gut health? There are many, but I'll give you my top 3. These are my new favorites, maybe all-time favorites too. Awesome, cool. That makes sense. Thanks for confirming that. That's awesome. So probiotic food is vital because you can take probiotics, but my belief is that, and also some scientists I've followed, it's not going to be the same as eating what's preserved in a capsule versus the food where the living things are in the food, and it comes with all the fibers and minerals and vitamins. It's going to do different things for your body. Our ancestors didn't take the pills, right? Our ancestors ate real food. So your genes are built for this. So if you haven't started eating probiotic food, I highly recommend it. It's very, very simple. Nothing has to be crazy. You can just cut up cabbage and make sauerkraut or kimchi. Kimchi is one of those top superfoods in the world. So you can try that, or pickles. So that having the probiotic is very, very powerful. Especially if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. I always notice the days that I eat kimchi, and sometimes, I don't. When I'm traveling or something, I don't get to eat it. Then I notice that my digestion is different. So it's very important that you support your gut health, which will lower inflammation in the body. That way, you can actually reduce your joint pain and muscle pains and pain in general. The correlation of inflammation to disease is so big that any chronic pain or even heart problem that you have, that correlates with inflammation. So eating gut healthy foods such as kimchi will help you a lot. And I got a recipe for you. I got many, but you can download top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory recipes at hungrygopher.com. Then this will also sign you up to my newsletter, so you get weekly updates from me. And I'm preparing awesome master gut healing class on September 18th, Saturday. So mark your calendar. I'm gonna give you more updates, so make sure you sign up to my newsletter. So far, any question? Does this make sense so far, Craig? And there are other folks there. If you have questions or comments, just write them as you have them so I can answer them for you. So number 1 thing is probiotic food. If you haven't tried it, try it and see how difference it makes for you. It'll be wondrous. Number 2 is healthy fat. So fat got really bad rap in the country. I think we are getting over that. But healthy fats are really good for you. Your body, a lot of big part of your brain is made with fat, right? You want fat. You want that to your skin look glowing, not shagging. You want fat. Fat is good. So what is good food? Both plant-based and animal-based is good. You don't want the plant-based fat. Avocado, flaxseed are excellent. It's actually excellent for cleansing your gut. This is my secret. Actually, flaxseed, when I have, since I'm eating a lot of food that I took out when I first started anti-inflammatory diet, which is 2015, I'm eating a lot of those foods again in small amounts, but I'm enjoying them, even bread. So when my digestion gets a little clogged up, flaxseed is an awesome gut cleansing gut cleansing food. So I eat flaxseeds, like I just sprinkle it a little on my salad or like a little rice and just eat it that way. And it's really super good for you. Coconut oil is another one. Walnuts are good. Also, fatty fish are very good for you. Sardines, salmon, those are excellent for you. So try those. Also, pasture-raised meat. If not factory farmed meat, because factory farmed meat has a lot of, these are basically animals, they're locked in, so they cannot move, right? And also they're fed very cheap, low quality ingredients. So these animals are not healthy. So if you eat those, they're not going to be good for you. So eat well-raised, organic, pasture-raised animals, then bone broth. Oh, there you go, Craig. You got it. Bone broth. Yeah, it's awesome. But it's a little too hot for me for bone broth. I drink a lot of bone broth when the weather gets cold. I sip it like tea basically. But for now, it's too hot. But bone broth is awesome for you if you have it, or if you like drinking it. Actually, yeah, that'll be an awesome one. Bone broth. So think about it this way: when you have food, they're processed, right? So kimchi is the same way. It's broken down in a way that these little, our tiny but mighty friends, probiotics, break them, right? So they're kind of pre-digested for you. It's easier for your gut, and it's easier for body to absorb the nutrient. So bone broth is the same way. It's boiled down. When you boil down bones, well, I use bone until the bone crumbles because I boil it over and over again. But think about that all calcium is like, and all the other goodness is melted in there. So yeah, bone broth is a good one, Craig. You're on that one. Good call. So number 3, it's something that Americans, like in Western society, we don't really use very much, but sea vegetables. Sea vegetables are really powerhouse. It's antioxidant and rich in minerals. Well, think about how large is the ocean compared to the land that we live. Like ocean is a lot bigger, right? So naturally, what comes from the sea is probably what our ancestors ate a lot. So think about that. So Koreans have a long history of eating sea vegetables. So I have a recipe for you, kimbap. That's when you download top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory recipes, it'll be right there for you. So you can try it out. So, and also vegetable is very important because it has fiber. So when you look at your meal, you're eating it like 3 times a day. Then you look at your plate and see, okay, do I have any fiber? I know I get a lot of emails that you have a problem with going to the bathroom in the morning. That's very, very uncomfortable, right? It's gonna detox. It's like circulating, but it's not happening. Then look at what you eat. Like, do you actually eat fiber? If you're just eating beans and rice, that doesn't count as fiber. Fiber is like eating celery, like green leafy vegetables, like napa cabbage, right? A lot of fiber in it. So eat those food, and they're gonna cleanse your gut, and they'll be awesome. Like, because you cleanse your gut, your inflammation will go down. So any questions or comments, just leave them as they come up. So Craig asked an excellent question about bone broth, and bone broth is, yeah, it's rock and roll. There's a reason why every old culture has bone broth, because it's a great way to use scraps of what's being hunted, and it's also very easy for the body to digest, and it's very, very delicious. You just have to put water and boil it. I'll probably do a recipe in the winter. So when you, okay, so I might wrap up pretty quicker today than last week, but top 3 anti-inflammatory foods for gut health that we are talking about today, I went over. I'm gonna loop. So probiotic foods, which is good probiotic food, kimchi, sauerkraut, or pickles. So eat those tiny but mighty friends that those tiny bacteria will help your gut health, and they actually suppress the bad guys. So they're win-win situations. We have built symbiotic relationship with those healthy microbiomes, which is beautiful, right? So simply eat probiotic foods. So that's one thing. And second one is eating healthy fats such as avocados, coconut oil, flaxseed, olives, and sardines, like healthy fat. Pastel vegetable meat, even beef. If you don't like meat, don't eat it. If you do, eat it, but eat good quality ones. That's the key. Quality is the key. Not category is important, but it's not nearly as important as quality of food. That's what I learned by doing anti-inflammatory diet and reversing my chronic health problems since 2015. And as you can see, like my skin is glowing, right? And I'm off all the meds since 2015. And I was on steroids for 3 decades. So I did a lot of damage on my gut for a long time. And if I can recover, so you can. And you will feel better and you look better and your fat just melts away. Okay, so download top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory recipes at hungrygopher.com. And I have a super fun, exciting Korean gut healing masterclass coming for you. That's slated for September 18th, Saturday at 1 p.m., tentatively 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So when you download top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory recipes, you get to be on my newsletter, and I'll keep you posted as the days are getting closer. And I'm gonna do something super fun and something a little different. I'm gonna run a little raffle, and I got a lot of things preparing. So it'll be a super fun event. And so I can teach you what I've learned since 2015. All right. It's awesome hanging out with you guys. And thanks for joining me, Craig, and other folks regarding meat and dairy. I'm mostly afraid of steroids and antibiotics, so I've known. So that's a really good one, Craig. I'm glad you're very educated on that. That's really good. You're right. Like the factory farmed meat had so much junk in it. The chemicals they put in, all the GMOs they eat, and they don't exercise. Animals are called animals because we animate, right? That's one of the ways we detox, and our body is capable of that, but they're not moving. So, the food pyramids, they're on top. So yeah, if you can afford, and if you're committed to your health, if you can afford it, if you eat organic pasture-raised meat, that's awesome for you. If you like meat, that's cool. Yeah, you're right. So that's as much as you can avoid it, it's good. That is a good thing. But another caveat though, that when I got really sick with lupus-like symptoms, I was too sick to work for a year and a half in 2018. That is after I did anti-inflammatory diet for 3 years. So remember that it's very important. What you eat is important, but also when you're going on hypervigilant mode, if you're too worried about what you eat, then if you do it prolonged time, it can actually put your immune system in alert mode. So think about it this way: when you have an argument with your loved one, that your stomach just turns, right? Because all the energy goes to your legs and arms, because digestion takes a lot of energy, and your body is first priority is make you live, survive, then you'll thrive. So if you're worried about food too much, that can actually prolonged time, that can actually raise inflammation over time. So that's something to think about. But if you're depends on where you are. I don't know, Craig, if you really have health problems now, so you have to take all those out, that's awesome for you, that's good. But when that diet doesn't seem to work as well, because I've seen this a lot in people, that means there gotta be little tweak in the diet, and also there gotta be little component of things you have to do that's like mind body practice that calms your system down, because it's all running in the background. You're not thinking this, but just like your digestion, right? You're not telling, or your heart, like you're not telling your heart, like, hey, heart, please pump all this good blood throughout my body, right? You're not telling it. It's all running in the background. So that's another component. I used to have colitis. Okay, so you don't anymore. You succeeded with your diet, correct? Is that what you're saying? Because you have colitis, you had colitis, you used to have. So that's nice. I like that it's past tense. That's really nice. So congratulations. That's wonderful. I know that takes some commitment, and it's something to really remember when you do this. The balance is the key. I don't know, like raise your hand if you tend to overdo stuff. Like I'm totally guilty of it because I was born and raised in Korea. Koreans is just like go, go, go. So I came from the culture. So I'm like that, but I'm really learning how to balance it. So if you don't have severe pain, of course, if you have severe pain, you have to take out all the inflammatory foods, like I did when I had severe pain, and when my mother did, when her back pain was so bad that she couldn't stand up straight in the morning for a couple of hours. When your pain is that severe, yeah, of course, we have to take the severe measure. But if it's not, if you're eating 80% like of really good food and maybe 1% of 20% of you can eat out, and there's room there because your body has amazing power to detox. But that is after your gut is getting healthy. So that's the key. Then your immune system works beautifully for you. So potential for you returning, it's just also believe in staying relaxed. That's good. That's good. That's very, very nice, Craig. You're investing in the right area. That's really nice. I like that. Cool. Very nice, very nice. That's very important. So I'm gonna go really in depth about this in my Korean gut healing masterclass that's coming on September 18th, Saturday, September 18th at tentatively at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Craig and other people who are interested, if you're ready to rock and roll your immune system, which will help you with COVID, right? Because your immune system is your protector and healer. So if your immune system is not good, well, it's a terrible time for that. It's actually the best time to support your immune system. Then your immune system will support you and help you and heal you. That way you have the beautiful longevity. So download my top 3 Korean anti-inflammatory recipes and mark your calendar for September 18th, Saturday. And I'll see you in the next live, which is next Thursday, right? And thanks for joining. I really appreciate you. And it's wonderful seeing you. Bye-bye.